So if you have anything on your screens, let me know. It's all okay. And then I'm going to introduce Tam. Tam, I've only really just met you, let's face it, but I feel like I've known you for such a long time. But I got to know Tam because she came into the Slayers Den Challenge, which is in our Sales Hub free Facebook group. And it was wonderful, wasn't it? It was
I mean,
fabulous.
It was a fantastic 2 weeks. It really was.
And
I
got to
thoroughly
know,
enjoyed it.
yeah, and I just got to know you just that bit more about what you did and who you were as a person as well. And when I was setting up our sessions like I do for Thursdays, I just thought I've got to have Tam in because she's just got such a lovely energy, and she's, I didn't know what she'd do with us tonight, so it is over to Tam really, but it's so lovely to have you here. Thank you so much, Tam, for joining us. And to you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me, and thanks for coming and giving me your time. I always think it's such a privilege to be able to share information with people, and that people are actually willing to give up their evening to spend that time with me. So thank you for coming, and I hope that what I have to share with you today is of value to you all. So today I am going to talk about grounding, and it's, like I mentioned earlier, it's a very practical session, so it'd be really good if you had a piece of paper and a pen handy, because we're going to get on and do some stuff, so that by the end of this session you will have a 5-minute grounding, a piece of grounding that you can use every day, a daily grounding session that's personalized to you. So that's what our aim is for the end of this little hour. So we've got quite a lot to go through actually. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and you will, Jules has shared this with you. So if you haven't got it now, you can always grab it later if you want to catch up on what we've learned. So here we go. Share that. Can you all see that? Yeah, great. So grounding, what is grounding anyway? What's it all about?
No idea.
No idea. I've got to, yes. So basically grounding is this thing that is very much associated with yoga, but in recent years it has actually been studied, and what's been found is that on the Earth's surface is this carpet of electrons. It covers the whole surface of the planet, and these electrons are a negative charge. It's actually a female negative charge, but we won't go into that right now. It's a carpet of negative charge. It's this charge that if we invite up into our physical and energetic bodies, it has quite an effect on us. So what does it affect? Well, in our bodies, we have this system, which is like a connector of cells. You can call it a matrix. And when these electrons interact with your own matrix that actually connects all your cells together in the body, it energizes them and rebalances them out. So grounding is very useful for people that are unbalanced or have conditions that have unbalanced the system. Let's say anxiety, depression, if you've got sleeping disorders, if you have degenerative disorders, all those kind of things, grounding is really useful for, and it's not an airy-fairy thing. It's actually been studied, and these electrons have this rebalancing effect and re-energizing effect. Now, if you want to read about a little bit about it, the link here that I've got on this slide, I think is a really good article. So if you want to find out like the physical benefits of grounding, then please go ahead and click on that. So that's what grounding is about. It's about rebalancing your system. Now, what I'm really into is the energetic effects of grounding, because these electrons that are coming up from the surface of the planet are a negative charge. Now, if you look into it, there's also a positive charge that's actually coming down from the atmosphere. So you've got this positive charge coming down and this negative charge coming up. And what it means is we're like this kind of battery, and we need to have a connection to both forces in order to be energized and full of energy. Otherwise, we're like a dimmer on a light, and we haven't got the energy. We're a very dim light, and you can actually turn that light up and lighten yourself up from the inside out if you have this connection with both these energy streams. So that's what grounding is about for me. It's about getting connected and plugging into that free energy source that's around us just naturally, and energizing our own inners and getting everything working in balance inside, not only on a physical level, but on an energetic level. So we're going to look at movement, breath work, and mind work. And that's what I do. I'm a mind, movement, and meditation coach. So I use these different aspects to help people get more connected to who they are as a person, and then for that to lighten them up from the inside out, and then they can share this with everybody that's around them. So they're this shining light. So we're going to have a little bit of a look at this work, and with the aim of getting you a 5-minute daily grounding practice. Now, if you actually do that, if you put together this 5-minute daily practice and use it for the next let's say 3 days. Let's be really, let's see if you can do it for 3 days, because I think that if you did do it for 3 days, you might find you want to do it for a week, because it really has an effect. It has an effect on how you feel. It has an effect on how balanced you feel. It has an effect on your emotional energy. So if you're balanced and grounded, then you don't tend to get angry or agitated as much. So, and that feels great. You tend to feel happier and more content. So in order to look at this charge that's coming up from the Earth's energy and coming down from the atmosphere has an effect on all the different energy points in our body. Now, whether you believe in chakras or not, I want you to take a look at this chart, because really what I'm aiming for you to look at is that first root chakra and the top crown chakra and the fourth chakra, the heart chakra, because this energy is coming up from the ground and this energy is coming down from the atmosphere, and they meet hopefully in the heart chakra. And that's where you get energized. So we are going to have a go at lifting this energy first up from the ground into the root chakra, and then allow it to travel right up into the crown chakra. Very exciting. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is plug in to this electric energy. So what I want you to do is find a very comfortable seated position. You need to have a straight back, and I want your hands on your thighs. If you can, take your shoes off and plant your feet square on the floor. And if you feel comfortable doing this, close your eyes. If you want to turn your video off, that's absolutely fine. If you will feel more comfortable that way, do that. So I'll give you just a few more seconds to get yourself seated comfortably. I really want you to have your back straight so that all those chakras can be in line. Hands on your thighs, feet square to the floor, and just close your eyes for a few seconds and take in a few deep breaths. Now, I want you to press the 4 corners of each foot downwards into the ground. Now, what does that mean? I want the big toe. I want you to try and put pressure on that big toe, on your little toe, on the inside of your heel and on the outside of your heel. Take a deep breath and try to feel that physical connection between you and the ground. Now, if you are seated in an apartment on the 4th floor, don't worry about that. Doesn't matter. Try and get that connection. A few deep breaths. Now, lift one heel off the floor and press it back down. Repeat this using alternate heels. So you're going lifting one heel and then the other heel and then pressing them back down. So it's this kind of movement, and what that is doing is inviting that energy to start rising up into your feet. Breathe while you're doing this and see if you can notice the starts of a flow of energy. Can you notice a tingling? Can you notice a sensation? If you can't, that's no problem. What I want you to do is start visualizing that that is actually happening. Once you can see that, feel it, get some kind of sensation of that, I want you to keep both of your feet planted back on the floor, fully engaged, as if you're popping a plug into its socket. That's what I want you to kind of visualize. You're plugging into that energy and visualize that energy rising up your legs. If you can get some sensation of that or visualize that, feel that energy lifting up through your feet, into your calves, into your shins, into your knees, and feel that relaxing sensation in your knees. And then allow that energy to rise up into your thighs and your hamstrings, right up to the base of your spine. Now, as it enters the base of your spine, this is the first energy center in the body. And we want that to fill up that base of the spine and start to rebalance it. Allow that energy then to move upward along your spine, right into the heart center. Feel fully connected with your feet on the floor and this energy connecting you deep down into the earth. And allow that energy then to rise right up your spine, entering the heart chakra, filling up your heart. Take another 3 or 4 deep breaths, and then gently bring yourself back to the room. Great. So I just want to hear if anybody actually got a sensation of energy rising or some kind of tingling or feeling or relaxation.
I got twitching on my left leg.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know.
Very
Defensive
interesting.
side.
That definitely means that something's moving.
I felt warm. Is that
Yeah.
anything?
Another big sign of energy rising. Yeah, definitely. So I mean, this is the very first part of this. It's just to get you comfortable with that sitting and getting that kind of connection between you and the earth. And that is one way of creating that connection or allowing that energy to rise up into your body. It's very effective once you get the hang of it, and you can do it anywhere instantly. So that's the first thing that I want you to get a sense of, because we're going to be putting this together, all together. The next thing is this. It's called box breathing. You probably know about this, Lucy, is it? It's a really good method to help that energy rise up through your body. So what you do is you take a breath, and that breath you take in, you inhale for 4. So you go counting to 4 in your head, then you hold it for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you exhale for 4. 2, 3, 4. And then you hold again before you breathe in. So what we're going to do is we're going to try this. You're going to inhale for 4, drawing that energy up into your legs like we just did, right up to your heart cavity. Then I want you to hold that energy in your heart cavity for 4 counts. Then as you exhale, you're going to guide that energy up, further up the spine and out the top of your head. And then you're going to hold for 4, allowing that energy to connect with the energy that's coming down. You might find that that energy might surround you and engulf you a little bit. So let's give it a go. We're going to try to do this for a minute. So you've got your seated position. You're still in that position. I want you to reconnect with the ground, and then I'll count you through this inhale. You're going to inhale for 4, bring that energy up to the heart, hold it in the heart for 4, exhale for 4. And as you exhale, you are moving that energy up through the rest of your spine, right to the top of your head. And then you're going to hold it for 4 at the very top of your head and see if there's a connection there with the energy that's coming down. Okay, ready? So again, if you want to close your eyes, turn your video off, whatever you want to do, that's fine. Here we go. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold that energy in the heart cavity. 3, 4. Exhale, drawing that energy up through the spine to the top of the head. Hold for 4 seconds. Ready for your next breath. Here we go. Breathe it up your feet, into your legs. 3, 4. Right up into the heart chakra. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up into the spine and top of the head. Exhale and hold for 4. I'm just going to count for you. Here we go. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe into the heart. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. In your own time. 3 more. Last one. Excellent. Let me know how you felt with that.
I felt a real sense of warmth in my shoulders and in my head.
Amazing. Yeah, same thing. That energy's moving. Once you get that energy moving, it's amazing how quickly you can increase that flow. And it makes such a difference. Has anybody had a feeling of calmness or
Definitely on that second one, I felt a calmness. And I have to just share, I've had a bit of a problem with breathlessness. And whilst the doctors have said there's nothing wrong, they actually recommended box breathing. And so it was so lovely to see this, because it means I've actually practiced it with somebody who knows what it is. Thank you.
I found it difficult. I was almost panicking when I was running out of breath.
that's not, but yeah, that's not, I was going to say, I should have said before, Sue, what you can do is if that 4 is too much, then you just start with 2 or 3. Don't do it if you get that effect.
Especially when I exhale, I thought I'm never going to get through with 4 before I got to breathe again, and I was panicking.
Yeah, no, I should have said it before. That's my fault. So just if it, I mean, that kind of puts you off straight away from doing something like this. But if you can give it a go with inhaling for 2 and holding for 2, and if that doesn't work, then just inhale for 2, hold for 1, exhale for 2, hold for 1. Because it's I know it's the exhale that you're going, it's because you've held that breath for so long. Then you start to panic, or you exhale really quickly. And so it's, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I should have said it before. We certainly don't want you panicking. It's absolutely the last thing we want. So maybe Sue, on this next one, because I want to see if people can do it for 3 minutes. Maybe don't do the breathing, just do the plugging in bit that we did on the first one, or try with the 2, 1, 2, 1. Totally up to you. So we're going to try, I think it's better if you do this on your own without me counting. It's probably, you can relax better. So I'm just going to time you for 3 minutes and see how you get on with the 3 minutes. Okay, so I'll just gently count you in and then I'll gently count you out. Here we go. First, take in a deep breath, hold, exhale, and hold in your own time, space, and breath. Continue. If you find your mind wandering, just bring it back to your breath. Okay, taking in your last breath when you're ready. Coming back to the room after this last round. So how did you find that? Did you find it easy or difficult?
I feel so relaxed.
I thought I was going to just go off into somewhere different.
I was somewhere different. All I could see was kind of like different colours and rainbows in my
Oh my
mind's eye.
goodness me, that's amazing.
He's so connected, isn't he?
He is. That's
So
amazing.
peaceful. I just didn't want it to stop then. When you said last one, I was like, oh no, I like it here.
It's nice space, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, really nice.
Feels
I'm
like being
so
at
pleased.
Whittlebury Hall.
Sorry?
Feels like being at Whittlebury Hall.
Whitterbury Hall, somewhere close to where we both live, guys, and it's a really beautiful spa and hotel. So yeah,
Oh,
That's-
well.
yeah, I was definitely feeling that spa vibe, I have to say.
Oh, this is much cheaper.
That's so true, Bev.
Yeah, this is free, really.
I couldn't believe how quickly the 3 minutes went.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, that's brilliant. That means that once you can concentrate on your breath, you can really start to meditate. Actually, you know how people say how difficult it is to meditate. A lot of people find it difficult to still their mind. You don't have to still your mind. You just need to focus on your breath. The rest just happens. So just this on its own, these two practices are so effective, so effective. If you do that every night and every morning, it starts you up for the day and it calms you down for your sleep time. It's such a good practice to do. We are
Tam,
going to build.
can
We
I
are
ask-
going to build on this. Sorry.
Sorry, can I ask a quick question? If you do it at night, does it actually help you to sleep? Because that's,
Yes.
yeah,
it
I
will
do struggle with sleep sometimes. And so knowing that, it would be something worth trying, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Oh,
And what
I'll
you
Don't
can
do
definitely
it in
try
bed though, Jules. You've got to have your feet on the floor.
Yeah. So you do it sitting on the side of the bed, presumably, yeah, and then lie down. Is that the deal, Tam?
Well, yes, it is good to do it feeling connected to the ground, absolutely. But you can also just do the box breathing and that will have a massive effect. I mean, it's good to get that connection set up first and then lie down and continue with breath work, you know?
Okay, yeah, it's good.
Okay, because once that connection is in place, you're drawing it in anyway, wherever you are. It doesn't kind of like this Hoover sucking that energy up away. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to incorporate something that I call an I am statement. Now, an I am statement is basically a mini mantra that reminds you of what you consider to be your root quality. And it's really good to draw you back to that root because again, it's very, very grounding. However, some people find it quite difficult to write an I am statement because they've never maybe thought about it before, or they have this concept, which is very true, that 1 minute you're this and the next minute you're that, and it changes all the time. So they say to me, well, how can I find my I am statement when how I feel about myself changes on a constant basis? My answer to that is you do this work over time. So today your I am statement might be on a very high level to the surface, whereas if you do the work continually, you finally get to this anchor of who you believe you are as a person. Now, people that have done work on this kind of stuff before will probably be down at that anchor quicker than others, but let's try this. So what I want you to do is just take a few minutes to think about the qualities that you really, really love about yourself, like you really appreciate about yourself, what you're good at maybe, or what you feel that you can give to the world. What qualities are those? So your I am qualities have to sound and feel profoundly true to you. It's not one of those things where we're thinking positive and we're just saying, I want to feel like this about myself, but I'm not quite there yet. I want you to use something that you absolutely feel about yourself right now. And if that isn't where you want to be, then we'll work towards that. But this won't work unless you already feel it. So here, let me just, here are a bunch of words that might help you if you're struggling on this. So maybe you feel worthy, or you feel, maybe you just feel enough. And that's a very powerful I am statement, actually, because most people don't feel enough. Maybe you feel radiant, or maybe you feel like you're a trustworthy person, or maybe you feel you're a very grateful person, or an honest person, or you're very good at loving people person. So what I want you to do is just write down, just have a bit of a play and write down a whole load of those qualities that you think are relative to you. I don't matter how many you choose. Really have a good think about what qualities you offer to the world, what people say about you. Maybe you're funny, you make them laugh, or maybe you're kind and gentle, maybe you're a good listener, maybe whatever it is for you, maybe you're a good cook. Maybe you're giving, maybe you're powerful, maybe you're whatever it is for you. Okay.
Just got to say, what a really interesting exercise to do. I'm sitting in the office by an open window, and I was actually quite cold. And doing that exercise, I've actually got really hot.
Hot and bothered.
It's quite hard, actually. It's not something I'm not terribly good on self-positivity, but just doing that exercise has actually made me kind of like feel like buzzing and like vibrating and warm.
Oh, that's awesome, Richard. Oh my goodness.
I think it's interesting because I've got quite a long list. I don't know what that says about me, but it's funny how I'm avoiding certain words that are on there and I won't put them on my list.
Like what? You
Happy.
don't have to share. You don't
Happy?
have to share.
Yeah,
Happy.
I've looked at happy 3 or 4 times and I've thought, well, I am sometimes, but should I put it? Because I'm like, do you know what I mean? So I've avoided it and then I've gone to things where I'm really sure that's what I am, if that makes sense.
That is amazing. Yeah. That's very interesting. And that's a really good point there, Jules, because that's exactly what I'm looking for. You want to find the words that really align with you, not that you maybe want to be, but ones that you are right now. Okay. So have a look at your list. And I want you to circle the top 3, 2, or 1. The top 1, maybe it is for you, maybe it's 2, maybe it's 3. Okay. We all got that? Right, now I want to see if you feel comfortable enough telling us your I am statement. If you don't feel comfortable enough, then that's absolutely fine. But it really is good for you to say it out loud in this kind of environment where people are very accepting and warm and you're safe. It's good for you to hear it. So if someone feels they can start.
And then I'll start. So I'll read it out first and then I'll tell you afterwards which are my 1, 2, 3, okay?
Okay.
Jules, no guessing. Because Jules knows me quite well. So I am confident, kind, considerate, thoughtful, helpful. I'm a good listener. I'm remarkably practical. I'm very giving, I'm hardworking, I'm sharing, supportive, and generous. And the 3 that I've chosen are helpful, supportive, and hardworking.
Lovely. I was going to say, are you single?
The first
Wow,
ever
what a
proposition.
wonderful list, Richard. That is very, very powerful, and it comes across very powerful as well. Really, like it's in you. When you say those things, you absolutely are those things. Amazing.
I didn't find it that hard to actually pick them, and I don't know whether maybe because I've had a couple of quite deep conversations with a coach recently, and also on social media about values and where your values are at and how they change in order of priority recently. So I don't know whether maybe doing some of that work might have helped and brought it more to the forefront of my mind. But yeah, I didn't find it particularly hard to do.
Brilliant. And your 3 were again, please? I am
Helpful, hardworking, and supportive.
fantastic.
And that's true. Those 3 are true.
Okay, anybody else?
I'll go. My feet are rooted to the floor. I feel like I'm just like, you've done some sort of voodoo magic on me, Tam, because I was thinking my feet are stuck to the floor. It's really weird.
Properly grounded.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think I can move. But so my words are, I had compassionate, adventurous, brave, giving, balanced, creative, generous, interesting, intriguing, engaging, worthy, blessed. And I really struggled with the ones to circle because I think about what other people say and think, no, that, because we don't recognize our own self sometimes, do we? So
No.
I've done some work a little bit like Richard. So my 3 I've circled as I am adventurous, I am balanced, I am giving.
Oh, lovely. And how does it feel when you say that out loud?
Yeah, it feels really lovely actually to say it out loud and to connect with it. I think that's the thing, isn't it? It's like, yeah.
It's really good because sometimes when you say it out loud, you kind of go, yeah, that sounded right in my head, but it doesn't sound right out loud.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Lovely exercise. Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Yeah, you can have mine, what they were. I put, I am loved, blessed, thankful, trusting, forgiven, and I am a child of God. And the first 3 were, I am loved, blessed, and a child of God.
Loved, blessed, and a child of God. Wow, that's beautiful.
Amazing.
That's beautiful, Sue. Thank you.
So that comes from faith.
That's in my top 3 as well, Sue.
I can only see Richard, Lucy, Sue, and myself, and Jules.
You might need to, if there's an arrow, you might see the other
Ah.
people.
Oh, there you go.
You got them?
Oh, yeah, I've got Bev and Tina and Julie now.
Yeah. What are yours then, Bev?
I got fixated on worthy, really, I think, mainly because at my ordination, one of the things they say, the whole congregation is to the people being ordained, they are worthy. And it's just such a powerful moment because there's so often in life when we don't think that about ourselves and actually being told it. So, sorry, I was wandering around on that, but I think a beloved child of God, loving, compassionate, and a good listener.
Oh, that's super. And which one of those, Bev, stands out most for you?
Loving.
Loving. Nice. Really nice. I am loving. Well, that's a fantastic I am statement, isn't it? Tina, fancy sharing?
Well, I should, shouldn't I? Because everybody
No,
else
no,
is-
no, you shouldn't at all.
No,
No,
I'm
no,
jo-
no,
I'm
no,
jo- I'm-
no.
I'm
You
jo-
don't
I'm
have
joking.
to at all.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Of course, of course, I was there. I always find this quite difficult this exercise. So I went with the quality of kind, thoughtful, giving, grateful, authentic, trustworthy.
Sorry, I can't hear you very well, Tina.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I got to grateful.
Grateful, open,
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
one.
encouraging. And then the 3 that I picked out from all of those was grateful, kind, and open.
Yeah, yeah, lovely. Really nice. Thank you. And out of those 3, which one do you think is the most powerful for you?
Most powerful, I think it's just gratitude for me. I'm very, very grateful for the blessed life that I've got, actually. So that for me that really grounds me. So I think it's that one.
Well, that actually is a very powerful I am statement. I am grateful, and it resides in the heart chakra as well. So it's a beautiful, beautiful one to have. Absolutely. Thanks, Tina. Julie.
Hello.
Hello.
I could put this back on now as well. I think it's
Oh,
all
there you
working.
are.
Yes.
Would you like to share?
Well, yes. But I found this quite interesting because I haven't done exercises like this for a little while. So at the beginning, I was just staring at all the words and they were all just jumbling on the page in front of me in a way. And like Jules, I hovered over some and thought, yes, no, yes, no. And it does depend how you're feeling in the moment doing the exercise.
Yeah.
And so what I found was that I'm going through quite some challenging times at the moment. And so I thought what came up for me is I am resilient.
Mm-hmm.
And my husband and other people say I'm funny. So
Mhm.
I'm going to go for that one. I am funny, whether I mean to be or not, I don't know, but it makes people laugh.
Well,
And-
resilience and funny is a very good combination. They go very well together.
I think so, because of course everybody has challenging times in life. None of us escape that one. And for me, a big thing when I was growing up with my dad anyway is if you couldn't laugh at yourself, you were doomed. So you had to learn the dry humor and the ability to laugh at yourself first, above all else, I think. And I am grateful, and I think that's also a key one for me. And especially in this last year that we've all had, of course, but I'm grateful for health, still have my home and still standing. So for many things, I am grateful. So those were, in the end, my 3. I haven't got to my top 1 though.
No, that's fine. You don't have to.
So that's work in progress.
So yes, yes. We've all had such a tough time, haven't we? These last couple of years, year and a half, whatever it is. It's been a hard journey for a lot of people, harder for some and not so hard for others. This grounding work is very powerful if you are going through stuff that is difficult, because what it does, it allows you not to panic because you're connected. And when you're not panicking or not getting angry quickly or not getting frustrated or not getting really low or anxious, then you start to see where the opportunities are more. So it's a really, really, really brilliant practice to keep you stable and balanced. And it only takes 5 minutes, literally, and you will feel better for doing it, no question. So what we're going to do to end our session, because I'm very aware of the time, is we're going to take this practice. You're going to take your I am statement, whether you've got 1, one quality in there or three, doesn't matter. So your I am statement will be I am grateful, probably, Tina. Jules, we didn't hear from you, but I'm sure you've got yours ready, have you?
I've got three really quickly. I am caring, I am supportive, I am courageous.
Yes. And which one stands out for you most?
I think caring.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll use all three for now because it might change. So I want you to take your I am statement, get your feet straight back on that floor, bare feet if possible. Lucy, yours probably haven't left yet. And you're going to take a few breaths, just plugging in, back in. If you have to lift the heels and press down first, do that. So let's all get back into that comfortable position. And we'll end with a really nice, we'll go for 5 minutes. If 5 minutes is too long for you, just come out of it, but we'll allow that space for others if people like it. So get back into your space, get your feet planted on the floor squarely, push the little toe in, push the big toe in, push the inner heel in and the outer heel in. Connect. And then start your breathing. If you can do the 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. Breathe up into that heart area, hold there, breathe out, lifting that energy up through the head and hold at the top of the head. Now, once you're ready, as you breathe in for your 4, draw up your I am statement. So you breathe in, and as you're breathing it in, drawing up that energy, you're saying, I am grateful, or I am loving, or I am caring, or I am grateful, loving, and caring. Whatever your I am statement is, draw it up with the in-breath. Now hold it in your heart for 4. Feel that statement getting energized. As you breathe out, feel that I am statement rising up through the top of your head and hold it there at the top of your head and feel it embrace your whole body, every single cell, and then draw it back up again. If you need to breathe for 2, hold for 2, breathe for 2, hold for 1, whatever you can do, whatever feels comfortable. In your own time, space, and breath. 3 more breaths. When you feel ready, just come back to the room. Feeling energized, knowing you've done best work for you possible. Thank you so much. How did that feel?
Thank you, Tama. Feel sleepy now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really relaxed
Oh.
now. Yeah, yeah.
That
Tam,
was-
if you want to stop the screen share, we can see everybody then.
oh, sorry, yeah.
No, that's okay. Wonderful. I loved that. That was just amazing. It really was. And isn't that something now that we've all got? You know, we've got that now. That
Yeah,
we can
that's
keep that
it.
and keep doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know
I'd
about
love
that,
to
but
hear if you do it for the next 3 days. It
Yeah.
would be very nice to hear if you did that.
What were you going to say, Sue?
I don't know about this, but it's something similar to what I've done before. I found it difficult to do with my eyes closed, funnily enough, because when I've done it before, I've had a candle to focus on.
Mhm.
And so because I haven't got a candle here, I ended up, because I got confused with my breathing and my words. And so I ended up, because I'm in the lounge and across the road, there is a house with an apex and the sun's shining on it. So
Beautiful.
I was using the sunshine on the roof across the road as my candle.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Love
So
that. Have you all enjoyed that tonight?
Yes.
loved it.
Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Beautiful.
Really good.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Wasn't that an evening or an hour well spent, eh, girls? Boys? Richard, lovely to see you
Absolutely.
with us as well tonight. And Bev, nice to see you, darling. I hope that's kind of been a nice experience for you as well, as you haven't been so well.
Yeah, it has. I struggled a bit with my feet on the floor because of my
Yeah.
leg.
Yeah. But the
And it was,
breathing,
I,
Go on,
I
Bev.
found it easier with the words because I didn't have to count because the words were 4 syllables.
Oh,
Right.
perfect.
Yeah.
clever.
There's another trick for you girls. There's
There you
another
go.
trick. Yeah. Thank
Yes.
you. Tam, that's been absolutely amazing. Listen, just quickly tell us about the thing that you're doing in October.
Oh, yes.
And also we'll put some links so that everybody on the replay can connect with you. So I'll just check in which ones are best off camera, and I'll hook those back up to the replay as well. So
Perfect. Well, I've run a retreat, a yoga retreat in Crete twice a year. We've had to cancel 3, but we're pretty hopeful that we're going ahead in October. We have just 6 spaces left. The retreat works like this. We do 2 yoga sessions per day, one in the morning, which is a little bit more dynamic, but our yoga isn't that dynamic. It's very slow, it's considered, it's for beginners up to advanced, but it's more a meditative practice more than anything else. And the evening or the early evening session is yin yoga. So it's very contemplative, beautiful yoga, mainly done on the floor. We have a chef, so we can cater for your needs. She's absolutely fabulous. She also happens to be my mother. She used to work in Findhorn. I don't know if she had a cafe in Findhorn. Does anybody know the Findhorn Foundation? It's a commune in Scotland that's been going since the 60s. Very fascinating place. Anyway, she knows how to cater for people that are vegetarian or intolerant or anything like that. She's a fabulous cook. And it's a luxury retreat. So it's not that kind of yoga retreat where you stay in bunk beds, 5 to a room. you have a luxury room, and you can share, or you are very welcome to come and be on your own. It's a very small group. We tend to have no more than 15. So it's intimate. You get to know everybody very well. And it's in the most stunning place. I used to live in Crete, so I know it very well. And it's in a place called Plaka near Hania. For anybody of you who've ever been to Crete, Hania, yeah, Hania.
Yeah.
And the views are spectacular. We have a villa, and you are in this luxury apartment hotel, and it's a 5-minute walk to us every morning. So you have your breakfast where you are, and then we have lunch and dinner where we are, but we go out 2 or 3 times. Anyway, it's absolutely spectacular. I am so looking forward to hosting it again this year. I so hope that we can go ahead. However, yeah, like I say, we've got a few places left, not many. The price is for single occupancy, it's 1,575. That's fully inclusive apart from your flight. If you are sharing, it's 1,375. So that means all your food, apart from your day off, is included in that, and you have a spectacular place to stay. I mean, I think it's extraordinarily good value, but I know that people haven't got so much money these days. But if you fancy doing something like that, if you fancy, we do the yoga, and we also do little sessions like I've just done. So we do one of these kind of sessions a day, and there's a theme to it. And so by the end of the week, you've gone through this whole week of self pampering and discovery in a beautiful place. So if that's something for you, then the links you said you'd send them, just contact me.
I will. I'll make sure everybody has links to connect with you, Tam. And it sounds amazing. I've been to Crete 3 times when I was quite
Have
young.
you?
Yeah. We stayed in Malia when it was absolutely
Malia, yeah.
untouched, which is horrible now, I think, because the kids.
It's not horrible, but yeah.
It went a bit commercialized, certainly. And it was beautiful. And the first time we flew there, we landed at Hania because we couldn't land at Heraklion because of mist. And Hania was a really small Air Force type airport.
Yes, it used to be tiny. It's
a
still not
hut.
big. Yeah.
And we were a great big BA TriStar, you know. So that was my first experience of flying. It's a beautiful, beautiful island. I mean, Greece is beautiful, but it's a beautiful island. So yeah,
there is an energy in Crete that I have not experienced anywhere else on the planet.
It's really lovely. Tam, thank you. Thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It has
everybody.
been so lovely, and I'm so pleased we had such a lovely group as well doing it with you. These guys are super, these members here.
Oh, they're fantastic.
I love
yes,
them.
Thank you so much.
I love them. So thanks, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed it. Now relax. Don't go doing anything strenuous now. Relax and sleep well tonight. We'll see you
Thanks
all
very
soon.
much for having me. Namaste.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.